Have you ever wondered what it would be like to do a detox? Well, perhaps not, but today I'm going to be sharing my experience of doing a 10-day gentle liver detox. So hi, I'm Shani Griol and I've helped my clients release 10 to 35 pounds to up their energy levels and feel amazing in their body by naturally rebalancing it. So the reason I chose to do a liver detox was because yes, whilst our body is detoxing every single day, it naturally is doing that all the time. If our liver is not efficient at doing it, if our liver is stagnant, if our liver is gunked up, if our liver isn't able to work as efficiently, our body cannot detox efficiently. And the liver is involved in supporting the body to release the excess weight. It is such an important organ in doing that. And so if it's not working efficiently, it's going to impact your ability to lose the excess weight as well. And so I wanted to see what it would feel like to do a liver detox and how it impacted my body and how it supported it. I also generally like to do things that challenge me and allow me to grow and allow me to optimize how my body is working. During this 10-day detox, I primarily ate lots of fresh fruit, lots of vegetables, especially non-starchy vegetables, lots of fresh leafy greens. I had smoothies, I had juices, I had cold soups. I didn't have any additional fat and pretty much I didn't have anything else. So this was for 10 days, and probably the hardest thing out of all of this for me was that I wasn't eating meals with my family. I was the only one in my home doing this detox, and so as a result, everyone else was having different food, and so it was just easier for me not to have to sit with them and have my meals, which were very different. One, because we were eating at different times, and the other because it was a little easier for me not to have to see their food when I'm focusing on being intentional with my food. And so I missed out on that connection time over meals. I felt a big difference with that because often we will have at least our evening meal together as much as we can, and over the weekends we'll have more meals together. But over this 10 days, I pretty much had my meals all by myself, and I missed out on that connection, that social connection, that interaction that happened over meal times. So meal times are really important for connection and interaction, and I felt like I didn't have that time to connect over meals. Although we were connecting during the day, I didn't have it during that intentional connection time, and I did miss out on that. My experience of the actual detox itself, I would say I didn't have any significant symptoms. The only real symptom that I would say I had was after having some celery juice for an hour or so. Not every single time, but quite frequently I had loose stools for that hour or so. And so that was something I really had to be aware of when I was having the juice, was to make sure that I was going to be at home for the hour afterwards, so that I could easily use the restroom as I needed to. So that was probably, unfortunately, one of the yucky symptoms, but it was very much a symptom that indicates the juice is doing what it needs to support the body to release what it needs to release. I would say that I didn't have any significant headaches. I didn't notice any significant issues otherwise. And that could be either because my body was being supported well and it was releasing what it needed to through this detox, or it could be because my liver needs more time to feel safe to release what it needs to, or because this detox way of eating wasn't too extreme from my natural day-to-day habits, because I tend to eat a lot of vegetables and a reasonable amount of fresh leafy greens every day and smoothies, so maybe it wasn't too challenging on my body. I will say that the benefits of this detox were that, one, it allowed me to really connect with my body deeper. It allowed me to connect with my hunger cues more. It allowed me to connect with what my body needed more. It allowed me to connect with my emotional state and choosing what's best for my body instead of having the option of just choosing a snack here and there. I was very much following a meal plan for the 10 days, which was really helpful and supported me because I just knew what I needed to eat when I needed to eat it. And so I didn't have to think a whole lot. But it also meant that outside of eating those meals and eating those foods, if I was feeling emotional or an urge for anything, I was able to then be intentional and check in with what I needed versus think I needed to go for just like a random snack. There were some days when my sleep wasn't quite at the 8-hour mark, which is where I definitely like to aim for. and it was lower. It was nearer maybe 6 hours or so. And I would say that I felt, despite the 6 hours of sleep, my energy levels were pretty good, markedly good compared to how they had been maybe a month before on 6 hours of sleep. So that was a big improvement I noticed. I did notice that my energy levels throughout the day felt even more stable after this, well, through the detox even. So as a result, I would say I definitely had some gains from doing the detox. Some of the things that I found that worked for me were to eat on a regular basis. So I definitely had my meal plan for the detox for the 10 days, and I was very much intentional to stick with having something, either the meal, the smoothie, the snack at the appropriate time, so that I was consistently fueling myself, because a lot of the foods are foods that your body metabolizes very quickly. So you just need to be replenishing your fuel source quickly throughout that day to keep the body feeling energized. The other thing that helped me was to really plan my day a little bit more, to plan when I was going to be able to make my smoothies. And so I do work from home, and so it was very much me being intentional that I'm going to make these smoothies in the morning, or I'm going to make the smoothie or cut the fruit when I needed to, so that my meal was prepped ahead of time. The other thing that helped me was to shop ahead and make sure I had the ingredients for at least 2 days worth of meals. And so because all the food is fresh, you want to make sure it's of good quality as much as possible. And so I would check what I needed for at least 2 days, 2 to 3 days, and have enough ingredients for those days. And I was doing a lot of deliveries during that time frame, so I didn't always have time to go out to the shops, but I would get enough fresh food for me for the next 2 or 3 days, and then plan to do a shop within that third day, or plan to have a delivery done within that third day, so I could choose the food that I needed for the following days. And the other thing that helped me was very much planning ahead for that day, to know when I was going to be having my meals between my work time and client calls, so that I was always fueled, because the food we're eating during the detox is food that is metabolized easily and your body uses it for fuel easily. So you just want to be making sure you're eating enough consistently to allow your body to be energized throughout the detox. Did I find it helpful to do a liver detox? Absolutely. What am I going to continue with after this liver detox? I'm going to be incorporating a whole lot more fresh fruits and vegetables, especially for breakfast times. What has been my biggest takeaway from this liver detox? I have definitely felt an increase in my energy levels with this, and I'm curious to see how, if I continue to incorporate some level of intentional focused detoxing each morning, how it supports me to feel and how it supports my body to feel going forward. And maybe this will lead to me being ready to do something more intense in terms of detoxing, a more robust detox in the future. But for now, it's definitely been a valuable part of my health journey. I do believe that health is a journey that we only do what we're ready for. And I have in the past done various other intentional weeks or months where I have dedicated myself to focusing on optimizing my health habits. And this has been a very helpful, kind of like a reboot as such, to support me in my health habits. Every experience is an opportunity to refine and connect deeper with yourself and with your body, and see more and more of what your body needs, your unique body, because every body is unique, and what it needs in terms of physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually will be different. And so this has been an amazing opportunity for me to connect deeper with myself, to understand my body more, and refine and refresh my health habits. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please be sure to press the like button, and do not forget to subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. Until next time.